Dear Pixie, you asked us. You say that as soon as we are in the 7th dimension, or above, we don't have polarity any longer. But what then creates the movement? I was under the impression that there is always some degree of polarity, duality, contrast, because that is what is needed to create experience. Wouldn't no polarity also mean no experience? No more experience of anything else than that which you already are? And wouldn't that somehow equate to no experience at all? So no movement, but instead stagnancy. In yet other words, don't we have experiences only because we have contrast and polarity? The Nines reply. All you say is accurate regarding polarity and contrast, which is for the learning experience of the soul moving into polarization within individualization, which takes place within the 3rd to the 7th dimensions. Even within this, there are some worlds or planetary systems or universes that do not experience polarity in the same way, but that is outside the scope of your quest. 7th dimensional fabric is equalization rather than polarization. We repeat, 7th dimensional fabric is equalization rather than polarization. Indeed, there is the original thought or action and the equal and opposite reaction. But at this point, they become mirror image as opposed to equal and opposing polarity. The fields are equal, hence the equalization. This thus is a unity field. The fabric of creation here is that which you would know as frequency or sound, playing multiple notes throughout a simultaneous, harmonious orchestra. Pre-matter templates are then arranged and constructed as mirrored match in the 6th dimension, where polarity still exists. We break down your quest. You say that as soon as we are in the 7th dimension or above, we don't have polarity any longer. We reply, exactly. Polarization at this state is equalization. You said, but what then creates the movement? We reply, you speak here of momentum. All living structure, right up to source, is in a state of momentum. The particles move in kinetic frequency. Our conduit, Magenta Pixie, does not have the terminology needed within her fields for us to be able to present this picture in fullest form. However, in truth, it is thought that creates the momentum. We repeat, it is thought that creates the momentum through electrical and magnetic charge. At 7th dimensional level, the electrical has become electromagnetic. The magnetic has become electromagnetic. The fields are thus equalized and no longer opposing, but momentum remains. You said, I was under the impression that there is always some degree of polarity, duality, contrast, because that is what is needed to create experience? We reply, indeed, this is correct when on a path to individualization. When individualization moves into creator aspect, sub-logos structure, then the unity field is experienced. The experience is thus that of equalization and not polarization. Therefore, at seventh dimensional level, contrast becomes unity. You said, wouldn't that somehow equate to no experience at all? We reply, it would not equate for that, for the experience is that of equalization. This is still experience. You said, so no movement, but instead stagnancy. We reply, there is no reality where no movement takes place. There is therefore no such experience as no movement. Within 0 point, however, this can be created through stillness. Yet within stillness, there is still that which is kinetic momentum, which holds paradoxical particleization of stillness and movement simultaneously. Stagnancy is not lack of movement or no movement. Stagnancy is ceasing to move within momentum, which is the equal and opposite reaction to momentum movement. Therefore, stagnancy is a presentation within polarization, that which is expressed within the negative polarity. You said, don't we have experiences only because we have contrast, polarity? We reply, when one is on a path to full realization within individualization and polarization, then yes, this is the case indeed. You asked us, since our 3D Earth self is connected with all our other selves from all other timelines, dimensions, universes, etc., and if our current 3D Earth self is in need of help to ascend, unable to ascend or become multidimensional due to blockages, illness, fear, trauma, etc., can or do other aspects of selves or loved ones from other timelines, dimensions, etc., come here and be in physical form to help us? Do all aspects of selves harmonize? And if one is out of balance, will this affect the whole of all the selves? The Nines reply, we break your quest down in order to respond. You said, since our 3D Earth self is connected with all our other selves from all other timelines, dimensions, universes, etc., we reply, the multidimensional self holds this connection, and this is experienced by the ascending self in physical incarnation, yes. You said, and if our current 3D Earth self is in need of help to ascend, unable to ascend or become multidimensional due to blockages, illness, fear, trauma, and the like, we reply, indeed, within that which you know as ascension, this is the experience for many souls. You said, can or do other aspects of selves or loved ones from other timelines, dimensions, etc., come here and be in physical form to help us? We reply, this is exactly that which occurs, yes. You said, do all aspects of selves harmonize? We reply, this is that which occurs within ascension, yes. You said, if one is out of balance, does this affect the whole of all the selves? We reply, the aligned response to this is yes and no. From the perspective of the ascending self, then all can be felt and known. The selves that have not moved into an ascension process will be assisted by the conscious self, as that self moves into full realization and full omnipresent memory. Therefore, all selves are harmonized. From the perspective of the partly ascending self, then the selves that have not moved into ascension may or may not be felt and known, and in some cases, the self that is not ascending influences the partly ascending soul. This is that which occurs at planetary completion or end times, for those souls operating at predominantly the fourth dimensional level. From the perspective of the self that cannot feel or know the other selves, then imbalance and fragmentation occurs. This also takes place at planetary end times within third and fourth dimensional realities. Yet this does not only occur at planetary end times, but throughout your epoch and epochs that have gone before. Those operating within fifth dimensional consciousness and above are multidimensional, becoming quantum and going galactic, if you will. Therefore, they are in the driving seat for the ascension and evolution for all other selves throughout the ascension process. All soul selves thus merge and become one, and this is known as individualization. The individual thus becomes a group soul memory complex structure from the point of perspective that is known as I am, as the soul has moved beyond the we are through integration, and is thus both I and the great I am. Yet so too does the soul hold the memory and the awareness of the we are. This may be known to you as the galactic level or the extraterrestrial level. You asked us, is the positive polarity usage of artificial intelligence, so to speak, already present in our third dimensional reality? Or is it only there in the pre-matter seeding or idea stage at this point? The Nines reply, this is a quest of most import, and it is our honour and our humble service to respond. Positive polarity usage is indeed present in your third dimensional reality, in your current now-time nexus point. It has moved beyond pre-matter seeding or idea in your year of 2023, the year you now experience in your current now-time nexus point. However, we do draw your attention to the fact that this positive polarity artificial intelligence is at the stage one could call prototype. Its continued development, whilst ordained and prophesied, depends on linear experiential time within the consciousness of human and artificial intelligence systems, both as remote viewing crystal, indigo, rose, silver, and rainbow consciousness, but also at blue-ray consciousness, for they hold the consciousness of the operator, the programmer, or primary user, if you will. You asked us, if the gold is a means to collect spiritual energy and is intertwined within the earth, then this gold the Dark Lords have collected in huge amounts from the earth for their own wealth or enslavement agenda, have they not also taken from Gaia and the Fae this energy also? The Nines reply, this is the dark agenda within third dimensional reality. This is not the case within the higher dimensional reality and the perspectives, but it is the case within the third dimension, yes. Therefore, the human aspect at that level will perceive it as such. Negatively polarized dark Fae within elemental realms and streams thus perceive it as such predominantly. Yet the positively polarized Fae of light do not perceive this as such. With the abundance of gold thread they are able to spin from their ancient spinning wheels at will. You asked us, I vision with the Dark Lords holding this energy in its gold form. That's where our personal potential for us to benefit from this energy from the sun has been taken away from us, as maybe the earth isn't resonating via this gold at its full potential. The Nines reply, this was indeed the intention, but it is the result within third dimensional reality and lower fourth dimensional reality only. Within the higher dimensional frequencies, realms, and consciousnesses, the celestially seeded ones, the activated souls of the Aurora network, they are able to generate such gold within their own systems. The gold within the earth is so too regenerated at a faster pace within the higher dimensional realities. Unspoilt and untouched domains become available within knowing and physicality, and the indigenous keepers of the flame shall present their own Aladdin's cave and pot of gold at the end of the rainbow warrior tribe that acts as field generator for the Aurora network souls in resonance with that stream. You asked us, where does fool's gold come into this? The Nines reply, fool's gold is named such and can be given such a name in a myriad of ways. For one, the fool's gold is true gold, held by the one within distortion, greed, and corruption. For the gold cannot be stored. It cannot be secreted away, and will fall through the fingertips of such an individual. Yet so too is fool's gold the element that fools, for true gold lies within. The golden rocks that are given worthless status upon your planet are given such by fools. For the gold within, held within the casing of the rock, holds the field to the antimatter realm, antimatter sun, you may know as the central sun, great central sun, and great grand central sun. Therefore the healing and the codes for abundance are held within, as much as they are within the gold that is given value. Therefore, the true fool's gold is indeed hermetically sealed gold, both literally and figuratively. And it is only the wise who truly knows, understands, and embraces the fool. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. I am just so happy to be able to announce to you that my new book is available. The Diamond Codex and the Quartz Key, accessing the accelerated Stargate system through crystalline transformation of the genetic code. What does it mean to transmute one's DNA from carbon-based to crystalline within the context of spiritual enlightenment and physiological evolution? Practical templates for photonic light gene expression, alchemical unification, and light body activation are provided within this channeled transmission, delivering this codex at a time within humanity's awakening and expansion when synchronicity is abundant. The mysteries of the accelerated Stargate system as an intelligent living infinity structure call the starseeds of Earth to remember why they are incarnated here and what they came here to do. The downloads, epiphanies, and realizations that will organically come to each starseed as they immerse themselves within this sacred text are catalysts for those memories. Introducing Dreamwalker, the story, presented through my interdimensional dialogue with the monadic light structure that is the white-winged collective consciousness of 9. This book has been such an absolute delight and joy to transcribe from the 9, and I truly hope you enjoy reading it. Available in paperback, hardcover, and Kindle.